Want to watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months. Action.
Everybody. Oh my God, dudes. I can't even right now. I'm so excited. Let's get the chat in here real quick, dude. What's up, everybody? Oh my God. Here we go, dudes. The new era about to begin. And there's our chat, baby. Oh, who's excited, baby? Who's excited out there? As a matter of fact, I got to ask the most important question at this point, all right? Hey, Bolt fam in chat. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Let's go, dudes. We are just a few moments away from the opening introduction here for our guy, Jim Harbaugh, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. And we're buttoning up the last button here, baby. We got to look sharp. We got to look mean. We got to look our best self for today, as this will be a day that goes down in Chargers history. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we are rocking the suit today, man. We got take a look at this, man. Take a look at these digs here. Little Los Angeles Chargers swag on the backdrop. Oh! We weren't going to walk in here. Without any Charger swag. I see some people out there. You wearing a suit for this? Absolutely, we're wearing a suit for this, man. That's what the occasion calls for. I just got to get the little lapel pin, and I think we'll be all set for the future there too, man. Yeah, dude. You know what? Okay, I'm seeing you guys in the chat. All right, we'll do a quick 1 and 2. You guys ready? What are you guys sporting today, baby? What are you sporting today? For the occasion, man. Woo! We're just a few minutes away, dude. It really does feel like, I don't know, dude, like the Super Bowl's around the corner here, man. Yeah, baby. This is a new era of Chargers football. We got so many people in the chat for a reason, and here we go, baby. Here comes your brand new Los Angeles Chargers head coach.
You should have seen the smile on Jim's face when we first showed him that video. It was from ear to ear. Anyways, good afternoon, and thank you for all coming today. When I was talking with Jim this past Tuesday, as he sat on the tarmac in Michigan, his flight out here was delayed because of snow. I told him how appropriate it was that his press conference was scheduled for today. He asked, "Why's that?" I said, "You're bringing the storm with you. It's supposed to rain all day Thursday." There was a brief pause, and he replied, "Dean, we are the storm." Coach, well said. Thank you. Jim, let me be the first to officially welcome you to Los Angeles, to the Chargers, Sarah, your entire family. I can just tell you from myself, my family, the organization, the entire community, how grateful we are you're here and how excited we are you're here. Thank you.
All super chats I will be reading at the end of the conference here. Don't worry, we're not going to skip those.
About a lot of different things, one of them being everyone's expectations and the challenges that those can present. You said you welcome the challenges, you welcome the hard work, you welcome the sacrifice, you welcome the pressure. You welcome it all because the rewards at the end of the day, as you say, are so darn good. I want you to know that my family, myself, and the entire Chargers organization are 100% behind you in this, and will do everything in our power to provide you with whatever support and tools you need to be successful. I know for a fact that our fans are 100% supportive of you as well, in case you haven't noticed all the social media and whatnot. It's been about a week now, and in this very short period of time, you've electrified this city and this fan base. Our fans deserve a day like this. I'm so incredibly happy for them. I think I speak for everyone when I say we are all looking forward to this season and the seasons to come. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce John Spanos, President of Football Operations. He's the one has spearheaded our coaching search and GE search over the last 3 weeks, done an incredible job. And so, John, you want to come up?
Guys, I know this is probably an unpopular opinion for Chargers fans of the past couple of decades, but can we get some love for the Spanos family in the chat? They've completely broken character.
Well, first off, thank you all
and provided
for
a
coming
great
today.
future for this team.
Driving in the rain in Southern California can be a risky proposition, to say the least. So appreciate you all being here. This really is an exciting day. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of people. And before I get going, there is one person I just want to acknowledge in the crowd. Our new general manager, Joe Ortiz, is here today. He just got into town late last night. Yeah, let's give a round of applause for Joe. His press conference is going to be next Tuesday, and I'm really looking forward to introducing Joe then. And so, Joe, welcome to the Charger family, man. Before I introduce our new head coach, I thought I'd talk a little bit about our process and what led us to Coach Harbaugh. When we made a change at head coach and GM, before looking forward, we thought it was really important to look back and reflect on where we were as an organization. What are some things that we had done well, but really more importantly, what are the things we need to do better? Where do we need to be better, especially as it related to the head coach search? We formed an internal search committee that was comprised of a very diverse cross-section of our organization. And I want to thank each person that was on that search committee, because I got to tell you, we put in a lot of hours together. It was a lot of hard work, but it was important work. This was the most head coaches I think that we've ever interviewed in a search, at least that I've been a part of. We interviewed 15 in total. And,
wow.
I think because successful coaches can come from all backgrounds, all resumes, all styles, it was just so important that we were really comprehensive in the search and that we put in the work. And this was probably the deepest pool of head coach candidates of any search I've been a part of. And I want to take a moment and thank each and every candidate that took the time to interview with us. It was really an incredible group. There were a lot of really deserving coaches. A number of them got head coaching jobs this year. And I have a strong feeling that many more are going to get head coaching jobs in the years to come. But, I really really this process. We got to talk to some outstanding people, made some really great connections, got to hear some really interesting insights. And even though it was a short time, I feel like I was able to forge some relationships that I know are going to last well beyond just this hiring cycle. So I'm really grateful for that. And I just want to thank you again to all the candidates that took the time to interview.
They promised to do their due diligence. They did just that.
We talked internally about really being willing to reimagine how we do things. And, that doesn't mean just doing things differently for the sake of change, but it means really being willing to explore all options, all possibilities, and gaining an understanding of what it's going to take to get to the next level. One of the most important steps before we began the search is, identifying what it is that we're looking for in a head coach. And a lot of time was spent on that, when we were able to identify specific traits in the category of leadership, specific traits of football acumen. And then once you have those traits, there's really three things that you have to evaluate those traits in the candidates, right? You have the interview itself, you have the reference work that you do, and then you have the body of work from the candidates. And, as we went through that process and as we completed the process, it became overwhelmingly clear that Coach Harbaugh was the man for this job. And I'll start with the body of work. Because really, Coach's body of work speaks for itself. So often when you're going through this process and you're looking at the body of work of candidates, you're having to look at the job of a coordinator or a position coach, and you're trying to project how it's going to be as a head coach. And that's fine, and that's worked in a lot of instances. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think that there's an added bonus when a candidate has head coaching experience. Of course, it's an even bigger bonus when that experience has yielded incredibly high-level success. And probably the biggest and most rare bonus of all is when it's happened not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. And in each of the 4 times when Coach Harbaugh arrived at his team, they were struggling. And he was able to completely reverse their fortunes and turn them into winners. And of course, this past year, winning the ultimate prize in college football, the national championship. The second part, that I mentioned is the reference work that we did. And I want to take a moment here and thank all the people that helped us in this process. I spent hours on the phone talking with external, friends and colleagues and just respected people in the league whose opinions I really value. And so thank you to each and every person who helped us with that part. And I was fortunate enough to speak with, some people who've worked with Coach Harbaugh. I spoke with some players who've played for Coach Harbaugh. And as you'd expect, the feedback was just tremendous. One thing that became very clear about Coach, he is all about the team. He will do anything for his players and anything for his team. His drive, his commitment to winning is unparalleled. He just gets his team ready to play. He's able to instill a confidence and a competitiveness that's needed to win at this level. He brings out the best in his players. And, and there are times where he leaves a long-lasting positive impression on his players. As one of his former players told me on the phone, John, he completely changed my career. And then the last part of this whole thing is, of course, the interview process, right? And, with Jim, from the very beginning in the interview process, I felt there was a very natural connection, a shared vision, shared values. His ties to this team, they do run deep. Obviously, he played here. He knows a lot of people in the organization who were here when he played. My interactions with Jim go way back, and in the first interview, he was able to recall a conversation that we had nearly 20 years ago when I was on a college scouting trip, and he was a college head coach. And, all the traits that you hear about Jim, they just really presented themselves in the interview. His passion, his values of faith, family, and football. The fact that what you see with Jim is what you get. He's very upfront. He's very honest. He told us the other day, guys, I'm not a very good poker player. Okay, you're going to know how I feel. And I really appreciate that about you, Jim. And, there was one point towards the end of the first interview in reference to the energy and the passion that Coach was exuding. And my father says, Coach, you got me so fired up right now. I'm going to have to go get a workout in when this interview is over. And I have yet to confirm if that workout actually happened or not. But what I promise you, given the look in my dad's eyes, if he did, he attacked it with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Coach,
yeah!
I just can't tell you how excited and happy we all are to have you and your whole family here today. Welcome home, Coach. And with that, it's with great pleasure I introduce the next coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah! Let's get some bolt-ups in the chat, baby! The new era starts today with this man right here. Jim Harbaugh takes the stage. Welcome to your future, Bull fam.
If I just had one word, it would be gratitude for this opportunity, for the guidance that I've received. Gratitude to the Spanos family, to Susie, to Dean, to John, to Mike Spanos, to the Rule family, Nicholas Rule, who I coached at Stanford, and Mike, who I coached at Stanford, Anna, Philip, the entire family, everybody in the Charger organization for allowing me to have this opportunity. Gratitude to the players that have been great. Our communications have been outstanding. Appreciate them welcoming me to the team. I believe we really share an important asset, which is being relentless. I see that in the players that we have on this football team and the Spanos family. Amazing. John, that conversation that we had, I remember it well because in 2004 or 5, coaching an all-star game in Las Vegas, after the practice, John came up to me and he said, "You run a really good practice. That's a professional type practice. I like the way you coach." That was really only the second time that a professional coach, owner, general manager recognized that I might be pretty good. And the first was Mr. Al Davis, who I have so much gratitude to. So to me, from that moment on, I knew you could recognize talent, and this was like a young Al Davis to me. So cool. And Dean, when you said, we're hungry to win, I'm hungry to win, I told you that, and you said you're starving. It just resonated with me so much. You're about it. You're a grinder. You're one of the first in the building. I've been watching, and one of the last to leave through every single interview. You've been there, 28, 30-some straight days. So just everybody's been great and so welcoming. I just like the way you do things. I like how you do it and what you do, and Ed and Fred and Catherine and on. I could list so many that I'm just very excited. Excited. I think about if I could describe it to you, it'd be like Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption. Red. I'm so excited that I find I can't sit still or hold a thought in my head. What a free man would feel before a long journey, and I just want to make it across the border. Want to shake my friend's hand. That's how I feel, and I want to get want to win the right way. Want to treat people in a first-class way, and get really good at football and attacking each day. Like John said, I'm attacking it with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. I want to especially thank my family as well. My beautiful wife, Sarah, who does so much. Thank goodness for mothers. All that you do in supporting me, supporting our family. The best. Just the best thing that's happened to me. You're the best. You're tremendous, and my kids. Just so proud. Dad of 7. My son Jay, who's a great man, great husband, father. He's a great football coach. Grateful for all the work he's done as a coach on our team at Michigan, and my son James, who's here. Gracie, who's not here, but both shining stars, and daughter Addie, who's here today, 15, and Katie Bear, and Jack, the quarterback, and my son Johnny is here today. What's up, Johnny? Doing all right? I see you wearing the jersey. Let's go. Yeah, so much to talk about. Just feeling good. And I'll also, who I would not be here without is my parents, Jack Harbaugh, Jackie Harbaugh, my mom. Talking about moms, just the best, and did nothing to be born into that family, but just luck. My name should be Lucky. How'd you get so lucky? That's how I feel. My parents and my brother John and my sister Joni, just such a blessing. And they weren't. Mom and Dad weren't able to make it here today, but hope to get them out here to Southern California soon. Kids, Dad, Mom, the kids really love living next door to their Papa and Yai. So we'll see what we can get done there. I would open it up to questions. A lot to probably talk about, and let's have at it.
Coach, this is I'm Jim Hill of KCAL 9 News. Congratulations.
You're a legend.
No. You're the legend.
You're a legend.
No. You're the legend.
A legend.
Believe me, you're the legend. First of all, congratulations and good luck. And by seeing all of us here today, what does this tell you about how popular this choice is by the Chargers to get you as their head coach and the great expectations to come?
Well, thank you for that question, Jim. And you are a legend. And we're in one of the great cities there is. One thing I know is Los Angeles, Southern California. They respect talent, effort, and winning. And it needs to be multiple championships. And we're going to be humble and hungry, but that's our goal. That's our goal, is to treat people in a first-class manner, to win multiple championships, and day by day. Now I'm quoting Jackie Harbaugh now. I mean, it's going to be one day at a time, one game at a time, one play at a time. Thank you.
Yeah, Coach, over here. Left.
Multiple.
Bill Plaschke, Los Angeles Times.
Now, another legend. Wow.
No.
Coming at me left and right here with the
No,
legends.
you're right. Jim Hill is a legend. Thank you for recognizing
You're a
that.
legend.
So this organization has a history of falling short of expectations in many, many painful ways. How do you change the culture?
The team. It's going to be a team effort. There won't be any magic formulas. The only ones I know are just good old-fashioned hard work and teamwork. And that's the vision that I've received from the Spanos family. That's the guidance, that this has to be done. This has to be done like a team. And the great family that they are, team, family, those are synonymous, for each other. And I got to quote Katie, my daughter Katie Harbaugh, because she came up with one of the best quotes I've ever heard. Work together, win together. And the operating word there is together. So everything we're going to do is going to be done as a team, collaborative. Anything and everything that I can do as a coach, for our players. It's about them. Those helpful warriors, those mighty men, so that they can be successful. So I feel that's what my job is. Put them in a position to be successful. And then the other operating there is work. I mean, nothing was ever achieved without work. So each day, just waking up and see if we can, how productive we can be, how much we can dominate the day. So talk about expectations. What are those expectations? Expectations are to have a great day today, to make it a great day. Like some people say, have a nice day. That doesn't quite resonate with me. I mean, that leaves something to chance. I mean, let's make it a great day. Let's have a great day if we want to. And so that's what we're doing. And happy to be here today. And again, just thankful for this opportunity and ready to attack it.
Jim, Daniel Popper with The Athletic. I'm sure one of the attractive parts of coming to this job was getting to coach Justin Herbert at quarterback. So what excites you the most about him as a player and as a person?
Yeah, the pros on this team, Justin Herbert, you see, I mean, he's as well said on that video. I mean, he's a crown jewel in the National Football League. Derwin James, there's another one. Talk about somebody getting me fired up. I mean, let's go. Justin Herbert walks up on you, like, okay, all right, this is awesome. Keenan Allen, we got guys. Rashawn Slater, I mean, great to see him. I mean, in the building, getting the work in, and that's been the feedback I've been getting in the communication with the players. They want to work. Can't wait to work. They're ready to work, and they want to win. And hey, let's go. The weight room we're getting it cleaned up right now. We're getting it all set. Had a great day just yesterday. I mean, talk about fulfillment. I mean, going in there to Home Depot and getting the shop vac, and I feel like I'm back at USD. I mean, let's get this thing right. Let's get it good. When these players come in here, then everything's organized, and they're going to see that things are changing. Things are different, and we want to get into that center of player development. That that weight room, and let's have at it. You know, you hungry? You want to eat? I mean, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet right here. So let's get that work in, and that's what the players have been saying back to me. You know, let's get it, coach. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Jim, Joe Reedy, Associated Press. I tried asking you a version of this at Disney, but what about playing for the Spanos family and coming in? Was there a comfort level when you interviewed and researching this job?
Oh, absolutely. It got emotional. I mean, then I started thinking every job I've ever taken in coaching, there's a real emotional tie there, and I feed off of that. I mean, it's a game played by emotional people. It's coached by emotional people. There's a great level of emotion to it. I had the connection, and I felt it from the time I was first coaching at USD. I mean, I was there because of Monsignor Dillabo, Dan Dillabo, who was the Catholic priest for the Chargers, took me over to USD. You want to go over and check out a USD basketball game? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Great. And then we're walking over to the Jenny Craig Pavilion there, and look over, and I go, what's that? That's our football stadium. I go, let's go take a look at that. And just looking at it and being there, I said, Monsignor, someday I'm going to coach. I'm going to play as long as I can, then coach, then die. If you ever need a head football coach at USD, please call me. And I was coaching at the Raiders in my second season there as a quality control coach, and got that call, and then went and coached at USD. Funny story I'll tell you sometime about what Mr. Davis said to me when I was making that move, but that was a connection. Then the next was Stanford. I go to Stanford to coach there. My dad had been a defensive coordinator there. I went to Palo Alto High School as a junior and a senior, and that was right, going back to coach at Stanford. Then the 49ers, it was just right up the road. All these friends that are 49ers fans, and grateful to Jed York, the York family, and the amount of incredible times that we had there. And then when it was time to go, it was back to Michigan, which is means so much to me, where I went to college. And now I'm going to the Chargers, where I played, and the family. The family, it was just so sincere. When I played, and this is from Alex Spanos, to Dean Spanos, to John Spanos, to AG. I mean, this is a family, faith family in football. Those are my priorities. And as Dean said, I mean, watching that video, the little hairs on my arm were standing up watching that, and all these memories are flooding back. None more than the last game that I played with the Chargers. Junior Seau and I exchanged jerseys, and he signed it, and I had that jersey hanging up in my home. So just so many things, but as I just recounted all those steps in the coaching profession, it's the relationships that I cherish relationships, and I say that to my dear friends at Michigan, at those that I've coached and worked with at the University of Michigan, those that I've coached and worked with, and friends I've made when I was at the 49ers, at Stanford, at USD. It's cherished relationships, and now excited to form new ones, new and strong, trusting, lasting friendships. I mean, it drives me.
Hi, Coach. Bridget Condon, NFL Network. Congratulations on an exciting month. Talking about that, you were at the top of the college football world, so why now and why the Chargers?
The opportunity was presented, and I felt that they the Spanos family, the Charger organization. They made it clear that they liked what I did and how I did it, and that's all you can ever want from somebody that's employing you. So, yeah, love of Michigan, but love of the NFL, and this opportunity. As my dad would say, "Who's got it better than us?" It was time. I got so many. I know I said this the other day, but I only got so many sands left in the hourglass, and I want another shot. I want another shot at to be simply known as world champions. The Lombardi Trophy. That's my mission, and happy, again, grateful to have this opportunity, and already attacking. Already a lot of work getting done, and just can't wait for. After this, we're going to go over to the facility. We're gonna look at that. I think there's some still opportunity to, look at it. Right, Fred? We can look at that and maybe get some of the equipment ordered that we want. But it's just all that is just so exciting. So now each day right now is just filled with fulfillment of just chipping away at things. And, how can we make this to where we can put our players in the absolute, best environment to be successful?
Hi, Jim. Lindsay Theory with ESPN. For as much as Justin's accomplished, when you look at his statistics over the last few years, is there any particular area of his game that you're most eager to get a hold of and take to the next level? The thing that's just hitting me now, and I'm watching his throws, I haven't been through them all yet, but I want to get to where I watch every one of his NFL throws, every one of his snaps. I mean, the thing that's jumping out is just this enormous talent, and I'm waking up like real early in the morning these days, going, I got to bring it. I got to bring my A game in every sense of the word. And I want to get a coaching staff put together and hired that is going to be worthy of coaching not only Justin but Derwin and all the guys. I mean, I really think this is a talented group that's been assembled here, and that's what's going to motivate it. That's what's going to drive. So I'm really thinking about my accountability and just making sure that I'm ready, and the things that I tell him are going to be, exact because I've looked at it and watched it, and but it's going to be a team effort all the way. But yeah, I'm excited about the challenge. Let's see if I'm man enough, a good enough coach, and so that all his hard work can be realized. I want to work really hard so that his hard work is going to be realized, Justin and every player on our football team. And I know Joe's day is next week, but from your perspective, with Joe coming from the Ravens, there seems like an obvious connection there, but what makes him a fit for you as a general manager?
And another. I didn't get to meet every general manager that the organization interviewed, but I mean. Got down to Brandon Brown and Joe Ortiz, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, great job of selecting, these two men that and then Joe, just fabulous. Been with the Ravens last 16 or 17 years. Nobody knows it better. Nobody knows the talent better. Does a phenomenal job, and he's earned it. He has earned it. Nobody been really given nothing, other than doing a tremendous job. So just so excited, Joe, to be partners with you. I've only been in the building, and on the Chargers for the last 6 or 7 days, but man, I was getting lonely. Now I feel like I got a partner, and he knows. Not only does he know the talent that's across the league and in college football and on our team. I mean, when you listen to him talk, I mean,
he knows it. He knows it cold. So, yeah, just excited. And he knows, potentially, some of our systems that we're going to put in on defense and offense, and it's a great fit. And, just earned is what, if you're talking about Joe Ortiz, I mean, it's been earned, and there's that tremendous track record there. And I know that for sure, because of my brother John, and I trust a lot of people in football. I really do, and their opinions and their recommendations. Not that I was making that decision, but nobody I trust more than my brother. And when my brother says, somebody's good, and you and Joe are going to get along great, and you're going to be a great team. And it's, I know it's going to be good, and it's going to be dynamic.
Jim, over here, to your right here, front. Dean kind of touched on this in his opening remarks, but I was wondering how much of the interview process consisted of you interviewing them about the resources that would be made available to football operations, and what were you told that made you comfortable, that like this could be the type of place where you could win multiple championships?
I wasn't. I mean, these are conversations. It was just, football talk, football dialogue. It was, and it was great. It started. It was flowing so much that felt like I was finishing some of their sentences. They were finishing some of my sentences. I mean, and the resources. We're about to go after the press conference over to the new facility. I mean, the proof's in the pudding there. So, like Dean said, I mean, I said I was hungry to win. He's starving to win. Let's go. So I have no doubt that it's all about winning and winning the right way and doing everything for this organization to apex. Like I said, I believe Dean, the Spanos family, and myself share an important asset, which is relentless. And I got a pretty good sense of, the sincerity of that. They're sincere people, and I take them at the word, and everything since has been, like I said, we're working toward it. I feel good about it.
Reiner Saban, Detroit Free Press. Long time no see. What do you think the state of Michigan football is right now, and how much have you been talking to Sharon about the transition process?
Shout out to the 5,000 people in the chat, man.
Taking as far as Jesse Minter, Ben Herbert, maybe a couple others.
Sharon is the right man for the job. Nobody else would be. I mean, that's the guy, and they got it right, and things are. We're top-rated team right now, top 5 team. I still think of it as one. The Chargers and the Michigan Wolverines, like one team. In a great place. In a great place. That much like when players, leave the university to go on to the pros. There's a passing of the baton that takes place, and you see J.J. leave, but then I see Jaden Denegal, Alex Orji. I mean, next day they're on that field. They're throwing with receivers, and there's an excitement there. I've been involved in that as a player when the quarterback ahead of me left or graduated, and it's the same for coaches. I mean, I've been talking to Sharon. The guy is on fire right now. I mean, he's working, recruiting, and coaches like Jesse Minter. I mean, he's a tremendous coach. We're going through a process right now. Ben Herbert, I can't confirm that he's going to be a Charger, and I love the passing of the baton was there to Justin Tress, Jay Tress. Hugged it out, and right there in the blue M, right in the middle of the weight room. So in great hands, and always gonna be
a loyal Wolverine.
Yeah, as a follow-up, was there anything that Michigan could have done to keep you?
Michigan was great. Like I said, Michigan, have a great love for Michigan and great love for the NFL. And this opportunity is something that, and challenge is what I wanted.
Jim, right here, Daniel Popper with The Athletic again. Your brother recently said that you may be the best team builder in football. And I'm curious, philosophically, what are the important factors to building a good, successful football team, and why do you think you've been able to do that?
Good question,
throughout your
Pop.
career as a head coach?
Good question.
Well, I'm not going to let him out-affirm me. I mean, John Harbaugh is he's the best of the best. There is nobody better, in my opinion. And you know, it's great. We've shared a room for 16 years growing up. We always lived in a house where John and I had the same room, and when there's some competitions broke out from time to time. And when I was 6, maybe my brother was 8, we were living in Iowa City, and my dad came into the room and they kind of get us to quit talking so loud. But I mean, and he said it. I mean, you two brothers. I mean, who could possibly have it better than you two? You'll be able to share your hopes, your dreams. You can talk sports, talk your goals. Who could have it better than you two? Nobody, Dad. Nobody. Yeah, that's right. And he was right. He was right. We had that that just best friend relationship and talking football. There's just nobody better. Nobody than John Harbaugh. The way he coaches, proof's in the pudding. The way he builds teams, the way he treats people with a class and a grace, just is much gratitude for his example that he set.
Hey Jim, Chris Rim, ESPN. You talked about winning and multiple championships and the expectation here, but obviously this team was 5-12 last year. Do you expect that in year one? What does success look like for you in the first year here?
That's a great question. I mean, it's going to start with humble and hungry. I mean, right there. I mean, that's where we are right now, humble and hungry, and we're gonna respect all our opponents, and we're gonna strive that we're gonna earn their respect, and we're gonna earn our winning. Tough team, the resilient team, a relentless team, physical team. Is what we're going to aspire to be. Don't let the powder blues fool you. That's what we're going to aspire to do.
And just a follow-up from me. I know you said you're working through some things with coaches, but do you have plans to keep any of the coordinators that were here, like Brian Ficken or Derek Ainsley? I know you say you're working through some stuff, but wondering if you're keeping any of those guys on staff.
Yeah, working through that now. Thanks for that question. Just some amazing coaches, and several that you mentioned there have been, having the conversations with, and it's a process, and we're working through it, and we're working through it with Dean, with Ed, with John. I mean, they've been right there, hip by hip. Joe now, we've been talking on the phone, but now he's in town. Just got in last night. That's priority number one right now. Alongside just getting to know the players, but getting this staff, putting this staff together, want an all-star staff, and that's worthy to coach our players, and so that's what we're working on.
Jim, is there a timeline you would like to have that done by?
I'm gonna be here working every day until that's done. Sarah, I'll probably come home for a couple days, but not until that staff is hired and locked, cocked, and ready to rock.
And then your roster, it's no secret, you guys are a bit over the cap what point do you turn to the roster and start looking at that and seeing, what you guys would like that to look like next season?
The same amazing talent, amazing players on this team. And again, Joe just got in last night, so we're gonna give him some time, but it's gonna be a team effort. After we get the staff hired, then we're gonna really start looking at the roster and evaluating that and getting ready for the combine. That'll be next on the agenda too, and free agency when that opens, and then getting our systems in. We're going to get our systems in offensively, defensively, special teams, and then get prepared for installs for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So the great news is there's a lot of work to be done, and it's just gonna fill the days, and they're gonna fly by. But that's what we're gonna do: attempt to dominate each day and be as productive as possible.
Jim, what's the biggest immediate need when you look at this roster? I know you just mentioned you still have, to get with Joe and figure things out.
Really get the staff hired. That's the biggest priority right now.
And then for you, what are your conversations? What have they been like with the players and with Justin? And when do they get really serious?
They've been incredible. What they've been like has been incredible. It's to a man. I mean, they just appreciate them too for getting back to me. And they got busy lives, and some guys on vacation, some guys with their family, and Trey Pipkins got to meet him in the airport. 3 great big kids, and his wife and his dad. I mean, just ready to go, Coach. We're just ready to go, ready to get work. Happy you're here, and and I gotta, he's gotta. And he had to get the kids through the security, But other conversations have been just as incredible. I mean, the theme is guys are ready to work, guys, very hungry to win.
Coach Ted Sobel, local and national radio. Nice to see you. Welcome back to L.A.
Thank you.
Speaking of L.A., 1960, 3 years before you were born, this team started.
Here. Yeah.
Yes. I'm probably one of the last guys left who actually went to one of those games, but the first year. But what is it like to come back to a team that you actually played for, went off and did your thing, and then came all the way back? And I asked this to Phil Jackson 25 years ago exactly. Are you an L.A. guy? How does that fit in your life?
Am I an L.A. guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I aspire to be. Growing up in the Midwest is where I grew up. Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky. And then we moved to California my junior and senior year of high school. Then I went back to Michigan for college. But my growing up was, and I told a lot of the folks when I was at the Rose Bowl, it was growing up watching the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. Laying on your stomach, hands under your chin, elbows on the floor, looking at palm trees and mountains and sun and ocean, and wow, I want to be there someday. My favorite show growing up is The Rockford Files. It's still my favorite show. Ted Lasso has now tied The Rockford Files, but that was me as a kid. It's all driving that Camaro around L.A. and car chases, and got a has the down there by the beach. Got the trailer down there to the beach. I told my wife this. Should I tell him?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to drive my RV out, I want to drive my RV out and go to a trailer park, like down by the water or by Disneyland. There'll be 2 that I've researched that are close to the facility, and I want to Jim Rockford it for the for the next couple months until we move to the new facility. I have that thought going through my head.
Jim, a quick follow-up on the timing of coming here and leaving college. I've spoken to a lot of coaches. They don't like what's going on right now with NIL. It's just a different kind of a job. If this happened 10 years ago, would you still have made that move?
I don't look at the obstacles. I don't look at, every job maybe has its downside or challenge or adversity, but no, I have no complaint. People that complain. What we talk about, Robbie? That's a common plain. That word comes from common plain. They want to get you to agree with them. I got no complaints. And love football, love coaching. Faith, family, football, and this opportunity I just have tremendous gratitude for.
Coach Darren Haynes, KCAL. Let's go back to the siblings. Had the opportunity to hear a lot of stories from John about how competitive you two are. How much have you thought about the opportunity of going against your brother this season? Have you two talked about it?
No, we haven't really talked about that. We know we play each other next year, and we know we play him. We play him here. The competitive nature. We're always, most of the time. I don't know what percentage it was, but I bet it's 85%. We were competing as teammates on the same team, whether it was hockey, baseball, football. Choosing up sides on the playground. We were mostly on the same team. There were times where we had some scrimmages, in the backyard, and or one-on-one and that kind of nature. And it was competitive. He's a competitor. He is a great competitor. He is as tough as you can want to be. The tough as a $2 steak is what comes to mind, but he pulls it out of you. He pulls it out of anybody that he competes against. He pulled it out of me. You gotta rise up. You gotta give it. It demands that you give it your best. So that's what's going to be in this situation again. And I look forward to that. He's going to bring out the best in me, and let's have at
it. Challenge accepted.
How you doing, Coach? Mike here, Matthew, Culver City News. When the Charger fans, what would be your words to those Charger fans who are like, hey, we want to have a winner? They saw the Rams win the Super Bowl here in L.A. What are your words for them? And then secondly, you're in Hollywood now. Can we see Coach in Hollywood in some movies and, a series soon?
Ooh, okay, maybe we'll talk about that some other time, but that'd be cool. First, I report to the Spanos family, to ownership, but I also feel like I report to the fans. I feel like I report to the players. I'm accountable to all those in the organizations, to the other coaches, and gonna work at it. And that's the mission. That's the goal. We stated the goal. I'm not going to be shy about stating that. That's what we want to do. We want to be known as world champions, and we're gonna work at that or die. And we're going to do it or die trying. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get as good as football. That's our goal. And as I said before, we're going to aspire to be a team that Vince Lombardi could be proud of. Blocking, tackling, toughness. Playing smart, playing fast, playing physical. Those are still very important. And I know a lot has changed since I was in the NFL. Last year was 2014. One thing I'm pretty sure hasn't changed is you got to win. So that's what we're attacking.
Tyler Dragon, USA Today. Congratulations, first of all. What is your message to the players that maybe you haven't spoken to yet?
Well, through text or talk, I mean, pretty much spoken to just about almost all of it. And it's been, really taking their message. I mean, they want to. The consistent thing was they were ready to get to work and they wanted to win, and so work together, win together. Katie Harbaugh, just really came flowing back to mind, and that's been quite a bit of the dialogue, and just can't wait to see. Do what you got to do right now. I mean, spending that time with family is really important. That reset, get away from football a little bit, but I can already tell they're thinking about it, and can't wait to see them. And when we do, we'll be getting after it. In the meantime, we got a lot of ownership, personnel, coaching. It's coming together, and we're working, and that's what we want to do. We want to work really hard to make sure that their hard work is realized.
Back here, Coach, over here. Hi, Helene Elliott from the LA Times, and unlike Jim Hill and Bill Plaschke, I'm not a Legends, but just wanted to ask, it's very common at Chargers games for there to be a majority of fans of the opposing team, for the opposing team's fans to be very loud. How do you get it to be an all Chargers crowd? How do you get it to be everybody rooting for the Chargers?
My thought is, pretty much what I said earlier. By your talent and by your effort, you will be known, and that's what I want to end winning, and have our team. When people look at it, that's the vision that they're gonna see, that kind of football team.
Coach Eric Williams, Fox Sports. With you coming from Michigan back to the NFL now, how much of an advantage is that in terms of talent evaluation with the draft coming up and recruiting some of these guys and knowing them?
I think it is. I think it is an advantage. There's just so many. All the players that that played for us at Michigan, but I recruited a lot of the other ones too through the years, and watching them. I think it's going to be. I don't know how much. I don't have the scientific percentage on that, but I think it does help.
It does.
Hey, Coach. Eric Smith, Chargers.com. Welcome to LA. You've had a quick turnaround in every program or team that you've been at. What gives you the strongest belief that you can do that here?
That you can get things done in 6 to 9 months. Military. They put together a battalion. It takes them about 6 to 9 months. That resonates with me. But the other one is just, comes from my dad. I mean, better today than yesterday. Better tomorrow than today. That being the expectation, that being the goal. I mean, productive. Let's go to work. When the head hits the pillows, I mean, sore muscles. You've sweated. You've worked. You've really used your mind to the point where you just gotta shut it off, and as soon as the head hits the pillow, you can fall right to sleep. Okay, that's knowing that you had a productive day.
Jim, Daniel Popper at The Athletic again. You mentioned the systems that you want to implement, offense, defense, special teams. Specifically with the offense, what is your vision for what this offense will look like specifically, in regards to the quarterback that you have?
Yeah, first of all, the quarterback that we have, protect him, protect his environment, on the field, protect him. Also that, beef up the run game. And the play action pass and the drop back game, we're going to try to get as great as we can. I think we can be extraordinary there with the receivers we have and the quarterback. But also the running game, work just as hard at that and get to be a balanced type of a football team and always protect the football. But that's where it starts. I mean, sometimes tell other players, it's not that I love, the quarterback more than anybody else on the team. I love all the players on the team. I mean, like beloved sons. But the quarterback, he does touch the ball every single play, and that person is, that's somebody that we got to protect. And I love the line too. I mean, there's no other position group on the entire team that they don't rely on any other position to be good, but every other position relies on them, to be successful. And then the pass catchers who also need to be really good blockers, for us to have a good run game. Defense, I mean, if they don't score, they don't win. And put a defense out there that is aggressive, hard to score on, going to get turnovers, and then win a couple games in the special teams. Also protect the football, set the tone, be the tone setters with the special teams. First plays of the game are special teams plays. So all that to say, really, the team. Not so much offense, defense, special teams, but we-fence with the entire football team.
And then just following up, I know you said you're still working through staff stuff, but as far as offensive coordinator, what traits are you looking for that position, and how important will familiarity be when you do end up deciding on an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, a question. I mean, have for an offensive coordinator. What kind of offense do you envision? What kind of unit do you envision? And then my next is to really tell me about the offensive line. Go through that position, and that's where it starts. I hear that the vision is the same. That the offense that not going to turn the ball over, but is going to be able to drive, put points on the board, and physical, but same, especially up front. I mean, a team that is tough, can block, can tackle, block on offense. We want to be balanced. Run game, pass game. Got to protect the quarterback. There's a tone there. There's an example set from the coordinator that it's unselfish. The same that we want from the players. We want from our offensive coordinator. Not about stats. It's about our team winning.
You guys remind me to make a We Fence T-shirt, all right?
Jim, there was a lot, your previous stop in San Francisco, kind of a butting of heads with the front office and everything. Just how much personnel control will you have over the roster, or what will the split be between you and Joe?
Yeah, I mean, don't believe everything you read. I mean, I remember in the sixth grade, my English teacher came in and presented this concept called critical reading. I wonder how many people would really even know what the definition of that is. So, that was an awesome time in San Francisco. Now, here, my relationship with the GM, I mean, I really want to be his Robin to his Batman in the off season, and then when it turns around to the season, I mean, I'll be Batman, he'll be Robin. We'll be Cape Crusaders, man.
And then, just as a quick follow-up, will Jesse Minter and your son be joining you on staff here?
Going through the process right now. Timeline, I mean, just got to get it right. John said it, and I respect the way they went about that process. There's so many good coaches out there, and nobody I respect more than Jesse. He's phenomenal, shining star as a coach. I've been with him, but yeah, I want to talk to as many people as I can, and before we make the final hires. But he'd be tremendous if we weren't. I think Jay's a great coach, shining star as well. So we'll let you know. Haven't made the final decisions on the staff yet.
Jim, you mentioned Ted Lasso I was wondering if you saw any parts of yourself in Ted Lasso, or if there were parts of Ted Lasso that you wish you had.
Oh, yeah, there's some things I've copied from Ted Lasso. I try to emulate Ted Lasso in a lot of ways. That's TV show, yeah, that's one of the best. Jason Sudeikis, tremendous. I got a great story of how I met Jason Sudeikis. But I think that there's a life lesson in every one of those episodes. If you haven't seen that show, piece of advice, if I may, watch the Ted Lasso show.
I will. I'm going to start it tonight.
Thank you.
Wow. Guys, can I just say, dude, the energy is real, man. Look at that chat going crazy. I'm going to have to turn that off for a second. Y'all going nuts. Y'all going nuts for a second. How did he put it? The changing of the torch, the passing of the torch, it really feels that way in terms of a community for the Chargers, an era for the Chargers, and ultimately just the best case scenario, the best hope possible for Chargers fans to finally hit the big time, to finally move out of this era of disparity, move out of this era of mediocrity, move out of this era of heartbreak, and find some light of success. And I feel like Jim Harbaugh, starting with the freaking press conference, has brought that to his fans. Just wow. Can I see some bolt-ups in the chat, baby? Wow. It is a new age in the Los Angeles Chargers, and thank you to everybody in here, man. We may have broken a live viewership record today, for my channel at least. Over 5,000 people in here, man. Hit that like button out there. Get excited about the future of the Chargers. Get excited about the future of this team. Some of the quotes by the coach are going to live on even now. We Fence is going to be a thing. You guys are telling me in the chat. Let's make sure to make a We Fence t-shirt. You guys keep an eye out for that in the YouTube store. We're going to make that pretty quickly here. But just the relentless pursuit of success is what gets me excited about Coach Harbaugh. We're going to get physical. We're going to get mean. And probably my favorite quote of the whole thing, don't let the powder blues fool you. We coming, baby. We coming. Let me hit some of these super chats here as we wind down, guys. Thank you to everybody so much for showing up today, showing your support. We got a lot of these to get through here real quick. Big Gangsta, thank you for adding to the crew. Theory says, this is time. It is time. After the 30 months, he says, let's go. Bolt the heck up. Thank you so much, Theory. Drew coming in with the 29 months. Yo, what up, Bolt fam? A director. I'm so excited for this change in culture. Absolutely. The change in culture is 100% begun in LA. Thank you so much, Drew. Michael Martinez comes in with the $2. Huge fan of the channel. Here's to a new era. Thank you, Michael. Taylor with the $20 holla. This is what we were all waiting for, right? We didn't quite get this quote, but we're going to get something like it in the future, I guarantee. If worms were armed with machine guns, birds would be scared. You don't know what I'm talking about. One of the famous quotes by Jim Harbaugh in his time in press conferences. Jimothy Harbaugh, we are the worms and just got machine guns. Much love to you, Taylor. Thank you so much. Chris with the 2. What if he says, I'm not here to talk to the fans? Dude, I don't know if you guys saw my face on that part, where he says that I'm accountable to the fans. I answer to the fans, that I'm here for the fans. I got a little emotional because I feel like Brandon Staley made it very clear that we didn't matter. And I guess I'm being a little dramatic there, sure, but like it felt that way. We were very dismissed of our involvement in the Chargers, which it couldn't be further from the truth. And on day one, Jim Harbaugh steps forward and says, we're here for the fans. That's big, man. Especially, even like me, yeah, I've been a fan 15 plus years. But there's people out there that have been fans 30 plus years. You know what I mean? It's worth the wait. It's been worth the wait, and I think Jim Harbaugh recognizes that, and he's going to be out there working. He says he's waking up every day, early, thinking that he's got to get to it, right? He's got to get to work. He's got to bring it, is what he said. As for all you fans out there, yeah, me, but everybody. 1 year, 2 year, 15 years, 30 years. Jim is here to rescue us, folks. Thank you so much, Chris, for the 2. Is it nuh-uh? $20 holla. The username, by the way, of this person. Thank you. He says, I haven't been this hyped for a Chargers football in over a decade. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go. As everybody should be excited. I see a lot of people even now with the skepticism and the pessimism, and I understand, right? It's been a long, long time of pain, of letdowns in the Chargers community and this team. But no matter what the future may hold, we don't know what it holds, but no matter what it may hold, this is probably the most justified time in Chargers history to be optimistic, to put your neck on the line, to put yourself out there and have some freaking fun with it, dude. We may never see something like this again. This is the biggest or potentially franchise-altering move in Chargers history. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. Guys like, nuh-uh, certainly understand that. And let's get hyped for this, man. Let's get hyped. Let's ride the hype together. Because this honestly could be the start of a new age in terms of Chargers, not just hype, but success, which makes me very excited. Thank you so much there, man, for the $20 holla. Kyle come in with the 18. Kyle, what's up, Kyle? My head coach memories go all the way back to Dan Henning. And while I was in my 20s, when we got Marty, I've never been so excited before as a fan. See, that's what I'm talking about. OG fans finally get their day.
5.3K in the chat. Here's to being the first in the Chargers hype video, and here's to the MF Bolts. High voltage sign, high voltage sign, high voltage sign, BTFU, high voltage sign, high voltage sign, high voltage sign.
Stalling, did you just drop a hundy? You're a freaking madman, dude. You're a freaking madman. We're going to come down to that here in just a minute, man. Thank you so much, dude. Stone's going crazy. Stone's going crazy, man. That's not his first time, chat. I know we had so many people in here, man. Like 5,500 people. Thank you to everybody. That ain't his first time dropping the hundy, dude. Thank you. We're going to get down to that comment here in just a second. My word, dude. Samuel Rodriguez, welcome to the crew. Seizing Titan with the 5 says, how did Morgan Freeman get brought up? I'm so happy I'm a Chargers fan. This is better than the Swifty Bowl. Yes, I would probably say it is at this point. And yes, we knew we were going to see some references today. He's talking about Red from Red Dead Redemption, or not Red Dead, excuse me. Oh my God, it's slipping me at the moment. One of the best movies ever made, Shawshank Redemption. He's talking about Red from Shawshank. Definitely one. Because I honestly, guys, I wonder sometimes you see things that make you talk about source material. I'm wondering if Jim Harbaugh saw the meme from Shawshank Redemption where the college football program was looking for him to punish him, and they opened the poster, and there's the tunnel he's been burrowing the entire time to escape Shawshank. I wonder if he saw that, and that's why he made the mental connection to Red from Shawshank Redemption. My word. Thank you so much, Seizing. Seth with the 5 says, Staley used to say, we're going to review that tape tomorrow. Fix it for next week. Harbaugh demands today. That's the new culture. I love that, man. I love that. What was that other quote that he says? He says, don't have a good day. And it's not from that movie with Ryan Reynolds. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. No, it's make it a great day. And I feel like that is absolutely the mindset that the Chargers and its fans and its players, everybody is about to take shape with. Eric with the 2 says, multiple. Yes, if you guys are wondering what he means by that, he says multiple championships, multiple times in this press conference. He's after multiple championships. And sure, he's probably referencing the Natty and now the Lombardi, but still exciting to think about because there is a chance that we are entering into potentially a Chargers version of a dynasty. We don't want to say dynasty in terms of we're going to go out there and win 5 Super Bowls, but I think our best stretch of success in the next 5 years comes behind Jim Harbaugh. Wally with the 10 says, the fact that we keep asking him about Herbert, he keeps changing the spotlight towards the entire team. He's not the type of brush off the other players' birthdays. There was some drama, if you guys are unaware, that Brandon Staley would wish some players happy birthday and not others, especially if they shared the same birthday. It rubbed people the wrong way. There's not going to be any neglect from Jim Harbaugh, it seems. That's great, man. Thank you. Steve with the 36 months for the producer. Thank you so much, Steve Simmons. Good to see you. GC with the 2 says, I'm crying bolts of joy right now. 30-plus year fan bolt up. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. To some people, I'm a relatively new fan. I've been a fan since around the LT bust-out years, right, around 2006. Actually, I was a fresh fan of the sport around then. My brother was roaming around somewhere here in the chat. He'll tell you that my family really didn't watch sports, right? I mean, I should say they didn't really watch football, all right? There's a little soccer, a little rugby on the side, but really no football. I was kind of the first football guy in the family. And when it came to getting to like and enjoy the NFL, I really didn't have much of a team. But the biggest thing that drew me towards the Chargers were, one, the players, specifically that one right there, and two, connections to San Diego, probably my favorite place on earth since I was a kid. And that made it easy for me to become a Chargers fan. But even then, right, 15 plus years, there are guys out there that have been there since the Dan Fouts era and beyond, right? And it means so much to finally see these fans become rewarded. Yeah, I've been through the ups and downs. I've been here 15 years. These guys they're double the time I have, with some maybe triple. You know what I mean? Like, congratulations. You guys' time has come. I know you guys have had these ups and downs. You guys have seen this, kind of team maybe twice, 3 times in that generation with Don Coryell. I know I always skip over Ross, but we'll mention him as well, of course. Marty Schottenheimer, now Jim Harbaugh. It feels like we're hitting that high again. And I think this, more than maybe any other time, certainly in my time as a fan, brings me the most excitement for what's ahead. I'm super stoked, dude. I'm super stoked. Leo Ramos with the 5 says, is it next season yet? I'm hyped that the first game is going to hit like a brick and the Ravens game is going to be one for the ages. When I saw that Jim Harbaugh was finally going to be hired, that's actually one of the first things that I thought about. I was like, ooh, he's going to play his brother. He's going to play his brother. I'm targeting that as the game I want to go to. If you guys don't know, I go to at least one game a season to go meet you guys and have a good time. That's the one we're targeting if it fits with the schedule. The anticipation up to the season is going to be one for the record books, man. I mean, there was anticipation the year that we traded for Khalil Mack, right? We kind of went all in, pushed our chips forward. That blew up on our face, but the hype was real then. The hype that I'm seeing now, even in a comparison to that, blows it out of the water. So people will say, who are you? Are you the authority on Chargers fans? No, I'm just some dude on YouTube. But I happen to be connected to a very large audience of Chargers fans, and I pay very close attention to the vibe, I would say. And the vibe right now is just unbelievably excited. And it spreads like wildfire, man. Be the source of hype. Be the source of anticipation and excitement, because it's going to make, yes, this offseason long, but also very fun. Because speculation and football theory, I like to call it, is one of the funnest parts of being a sports fan. Thank you so much, man. Gerard LeBlue, thank you so much for the crew ad. Aaron Adams with the 14 months says bolt up. New era has begun. Thank you so much. We're gonna have to get some lightning rounds in here, guys, after these next couple. We got in some vids with the 5 says locked, cocked, and ready to rock. We're ride or die with Harbaugh. Wasn't that great, dude? Wasn't that great? That was a great quote right there. Thank you so much in some vids. $5 holla. Then Dawson Stallings coming in with the $100 holla. Dude, what's up, Dawson? Dawson! What's up, dude? Keep the lights on one more day in the director's studio, dude. Thank you so much for all the continued support, my man. Dawson comes in here with the $100 holla. He says, here's to Harbaugh. Here's to 5.3 thousand viewers in the chat. Yo! I saw a couple of these comments while we were going through the press conference. Everyone's like, hey, the Chargers, so excited. 400 of their fans, 100 of their fans. Let me tell you, 5,000 congruent viewers.
I feel cleansed.
Thank you, Michael. 5,000 concurrent viewers is a big deal on YouTube. I'm pretty blown away that we reached that today. I'm pretty blown away by that. And that just speaks to them. You multiply that number, I don't know how many times to get an accurate number of how many Chargers fans are. I think the last I saw, we're in the millions. We're in the millions. It's very cool to see everybody come together and get excited in one place. I'm so honored to just kind of be the house, host of this whole experience for a lot of people. There's a house party going on. Mine just happened to be available this weekend. My folks were out of town. Y'all are here in my chat, partying it up and getting excited. He says, here's to you being the first.
I'm sure you're already scouting the Chiefs.
Thank you so much, Alex. We're making our way down. He says, here's to you being the first Chargers hype video. And here's to the mother friggin' Bolts. Let's go. Bolt up, baby. Dawson, thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. If you guys want to get a little dose of hype, definitely go check out the Jim Harbaugh hype video I put out about a week ago, the day that he was hired. I had one. If everybody was wondering, I got this question asked a lot, and if it wasn't apparent, I had that hype video in my back pocket. I went through and I did the work, and trust me, guys, these hype videos take some time, right? But I did the work because I felt that strongly it was going to happen. And even if it didn't happen, I felt it was that big of a move that it was worth my time to go through all that work just in case, to make sure it was properly celebrated. And that's how it got done. It got done ahead of time. I waited for a couple of clips to come out of people saying he was officially made a Charger and quickly added those to the cut before releasing it. But other than that, it was all done ahead of time. Thank you so much, Dawson, for the $100 holla. Continued supporter of the channel. Really appreciate the love out there, man. Wiley P coming in with the 5 says, I'm 20 years old, have never been this excited about the future. I understand it might not be an immediate ring, but now I finally have hope. And that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of us need to realize, is that hope has kind of been vacant for a while. How do I even say this? Being a Chargers fan the last 15 years, there's always been hope, right? But it was always just kind of like on the fringe of what if. And this is a quote that I put out the other day on my own Twitter. As a matter of fact, I think it's that important of a quote. I'm going to go grab it real quick for you guys because I want to read it to you word for word, because I kind of sat and thought about it for a second on how I wanted to word this, because I felt that this was a genuine representation of my emotion behind this whole thing. And this is what I said. I'm going to read it word for word. I think the biggest aspect of this whole thing, at least for me, is my genuine change of perspective. I'm not thinking if anymore. If we do this, if we do that. Now I'm thinking when. And that's going to make for one hell of a fun ride throughout the Harbaugh era for the Chargers fans. Because the mindset is not if we make a Super Bowl anymore, it's when. You guys picking up what I'm putting down with that? I don't feel like if anymore. If is done. If is over with. It now feels like when to me. And that is how significant of a move this Harbaugh is for a lot of people and our perspective of what success could be with this team. Yeah, man. Just reading it again makes me emotional because it really does. It really does put so much time and dedication of my life as a fan of the Chargers into perspective of how big of a move that this is and how necessary that it was. All right. Thank you so much, Wiley. Christian Hernandez with a 5. Not sure if discussed already, but no mention of Bosa, Mack, or Mike Williams. Interesting indeed. I think that, yeah, it's something that we could read into. But also, you got to be careful as coach to navigate these sort of things because this isn't college, right? This is NFL. And Cap, as freeing and as freeing as that can be in comparison to, recruiting in college, it is a bit restrictive, and it does call for some big decisions, which are going to have to be made. So I'm imagining that he's navigating that pretty carefully because I'm sure some guys' names have put out there as maybe we trade, maybe we cut, because we got to get under the cap. It just kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? Envy coming in with the 5. Good to be back. Bolt up. Excited for the future once again. Darkest before the dawn. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for the $5 holla. Ethan coming in with the 37 months. With Harbaugh, we have a chance to single-handedly dethrone the Chiefs. We fence. Let's go. Bolt up. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that T-shirt. If you guys didn't see, what I mean by that is I've been putting together kind of like just a little collection of stuff for this Harbaugh era. And it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun going through and putting some of these, immortalizing them. I actually ordered a couple for myself. Hopefully they get here soon so I can show you guys in person. But some of the ones that get me excited, this Justin Herbert one right here, I gave away a couple of these on Twitter the other day. If you guys don't know what it means, it's JH squared. So it's Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh. Kind of clean right there. And then, of course, the Who Got It Better Nobody. I got to get one like this that says We Fence. Because this is why, the Jim Harbaugh era is going to be special, right? We're going to get all the quotes. We're going to get all the quotes. We got to immortalize that on a T-shirt, baby. Let's go. Steve coming in with the $5 holla says, we finally have a real coach again. Bolt up, baby. Bolt up. Member for 35 months says, Joe Alexander, director of the Chargers, invited my dad and I to be the presser. But we were out of town. It was still awesome. Bolt up. Who's got it better? Who's got it better, baby? Nobody. Nobody, Joe. Thank you so much, man. Mike Gee coming in with the 5. Thank you. Chris coming in with the 5. Jim talking about the draft. Players I've recruited, but also protect the quarterback sounds like Alter Bowers. And I think, honestly, it really does point in that direction. Now, again, some people may think that if you're dedicated to one part of or one aspect of a football team, you're going to go at it with everything you got in the draft. Sometimes quotes like that, protect the quarterback, doesn't mean, hey, we're first round, pick 5, we're going offensive line, which it could be. If he decides to go Joe Alt, I'm happy, right? I trust Jim Harbaugh. But I think that also means, hey, we got a high pick in every round after the first round as well, which this is a pretty good class of offensive linemen. I would be shocked if we make it out of this class or out of this draft without 1 or 2 offensive linemen this season. Because, yeah, there's some great linemen at the top of the draft, but you can get like some quality starters in the 2nd and 3rd round this season as well. And, of course, there's always the chance that Jim Harbaugh and his unique perspective of these players provides value in the middle rounds. We could hit on an offensive line here or there, or any player really, here or there in the middle rounds. So more than likely than not, everything that I'm hearing, and even the way that he talks, Brock Bowers is probably the best middle ground for that. You're giving Justin Herbert a weapon while also providing help on the offensive line. It seems pretty reasonable to me. Thank you so much there, Chris. Moy Arabo comes in with the 2, says 55's won more time for sale. Yeah, that was an awesome part of that conference, his time talking about exchanging jerseys with Junior, and that it still hangs up in his home today. That was very special to me, too. Cody with the 5. One thing excite me, Jim. Guys, I got to see how many deep that we're in here. Okay, we're moving. One thing exciting me is Jim will know how to use QJ. Last year's college football playoff, QJ torched Michigan, and he's seen up close how to use him. Yes, there was actually a quote about him talking to Quentin Johnston. I think it was even yesterday or the day before, on how that particular game went down. I think it was at the Fiesta Bowl. And Jim said, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that when he was torching Michigan. But, of course, Jim is going to see potential in his future and his bounce back. And then Quentin Johnston came out of that experience, that conversation, having been quoted, I'm due for a breakout. That's the kind of guy Jim is. Quentin Johnston, who had a really poor rookie debut, is excited to hit the turf again and find success in 2024.
Needs to be JH now with Joe Harbaugh as the GM.
Hey, dude, I saw that. People were like, hey, can we get a JH cubed? I mean, I guess I could throw one together, right? Couldn't be too difficult. Throw in the GM there, why don't we? I'll think about that, man. Thank you so much, dude, for the $20 holla. I appreciate that. JH cubed. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? Seizing Titan come back with a 5. I've only ever seen this Harbaugh interview, and I love his energy. He's funny. He's a family man. Champion mindset. Who's got it better? That's one thing that I walked away with having watched the All or Nothing documentary series of the Michigan Wolverines. It's available on Amazon. Definitely check it out because that's one of the best, most intimate, up-close looks at Jim Harbaugh and his time rebuilding that program. Very approachable, very likable, very human being-oriented coach and leader. That is why, at least in my perspective, players run through walls for this man. Players go to war for this man because he genuinely cares. He's going to get the best version out of you, and the methods work. His methods work consistently over and over and over again. That's a great program if you guys want an inside look on that. Justin coming in with the 5 says, Ren going from I'm not here to talk, oh my God, to the fans to I'm here for the fans. How refreshing was that, right? I already talked about that, but how refreshing was that? I got emotional at that, as a matter of fact, because not a lot of people acknowledge that, right? Coaches come and go. Players come and go. Fans, we've been here longer than most players. I should say there's a good number of us that have been here longer than most players and coaches. I think the only people that outrank us are probably the Spanoses. You know what I mean? I think it's important to acknowledge the fans. I really do. That meant a lot to me. Bill Willow coming in the 2 says, I have a feeling they're going offensive tackle with pick 5. Yes, they definitely could. And if it's Joe Alt or whatever, I'm behind it, right? If that's what Jim Harbaugh feels is the most important, I'll support it. But I still do think Bowers is my preference. And I think Bowers, at least to me, makes the most sense because you're not just getting a weapon, you're getting a pretty damn good blocker as well. Herbert coming with a hype train, $2 haul. He says, my dream for the Chargers is to win the division. I think that's coming sooner rather than later, my friend. Here comes some big ones. Theory with the 5 says, the preaching of togetherness and toughness resonated for me. I'm hyped about the hunger and having a coach that is a football guy. Isn't that so refreshing?
in terms of a leader for this team. I get that Brandon Staley, he's a good person. He really is. He's a good person. He's a well-spoken person. He was just over his head when it came to leading a group of grown men to a championship mindset, championship culture. And it feels like this football guy, this football being, I should almost say, in Jim Harbaugh, is setting the tone not just for this generation of Chargers fans and players, but future generations, because everywhere he goes, he leaves a footprint of success. Niners sucked before Jim. They've been great ever since. Stanford sucked before Jim. They've been great ever since. Michigan sucked before Jim. I'm guessing they're going to be great ever since, right? It's the Chargers' turn, baby. Thank you so much, Theory, again, my man. Here comes Bradley Barker with the 10. Just wanted to say that your Harbaugh hype video made me want to run through a wall. Bolt the hell up. We have been through too much suffering as a Chargers fan. Time for a new era. Time for a new era, Bradley. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Please, everybody, go check out the hype video if you have not yet. It's definitely one, I would say, some of my better work. Maybe we'll even close out this video with the hype video today. How's that sound, everybody? How's that sound? Michael with Williamson, $10. The culture just changed. I feel cleansed. I absolutely know what you're talking about. It feels like just firsthand experience being a Chargers fan for so long. Getting to see this dramatic of a move is not something that I've been able to witness before. And it does feel cleansing. It feels like we got serious all of a sudden. Very, very refreshing. Alex Silva with a 20 says, watched every Herbert pass. I'm sure he already scouting the Chiefs. Yeah. So that was something that stood out to me too, Alex, was the fact that he wants to go through, and obviously he's a coach, so he's going to do this anyway, but I love that he's open about his process, that he's going to watch every snap, every time that Justin Herbert's touched the football in his career and get to work, right? He says he wakes up every morning knowing that he's got to bring it. And that's part of that. And you know, it's a big part of that as well, taking down the division champions, taking down the Super Bowl champions of how many times the last 5 years? I'm sure that's a big part of his game plan. How do we take down the Chiefs? And if there is a head coach in the NFL that's up to the task, baby, it's going to be Jim Harbaugh. It's crazy. I don't know if people and Chargers fans are ready for this dramatic of a shift. We went from the worst head coach in football to at least a top 3, right? Everybody's saying top 3, top 5, I think at the very least, as that I've seen. We went from the worst to very much so the best. He's going to bring it, especially versus the division rivals. Taylor coming in with the $2 holla. Thank you so much. The Spanish comment. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. JJ Raymond coming in with the 10. Appreciate that. Hugo with the $2 holla, the goated mod. It's time I go to my first Chargers game since 2015. Let's do it, Hugo. Let's do it. Sending a Chargers fan with the 2 says, reaction vids for you watching Ted Lasso. Let's get that started, baby. The Ted Lasso watching parties. That would be hilarious. Drew coming with the 27 months. New era begun. I can't wait for the first 50-yard H-bomb touchdown next year. Work together, win together. That's another one, man. I got some quotes today. Work together, win together. We fence. Lots of stuff. Don't let the powder blues fool you. That is definitely going to be a T-shirt, man. I loved that. Ooh, that got me hyped. That got me pumped. Moyerbo coming in with the $2 holla. 55s one more time in the chat for Sayao. Please and thank you, everybody in the chat. Yes, let's pay our due respect to the legend of the San Diego Chargers. Drew drums with the 12 months. Has anyone checked on Merriman or Marianne Doe? Is it Do or Doe? How's she doing with all the hype? Yes, I've actually seen her on Twitter a couple of times. I talked to her like a month ago because she was in support of children with autism support or something like that, a post or an organization. I myself being the father of an autistic child, magical experience, by the way. We got connecting on that on those grounds. And yes, I've been following her Twitter. She's absolutely ecstatic with everything that's going on. As a matter of fact, I saw her at the facilities the day that Jim Harbaugh was being interviewed. She was there with everybody just kind of looking and waiting to see if there's anything that was going to happen. Just wanted to be around the greatness, which is very cool to see. So cool for Marianne, man. Kyle coming with the 10. That JH squared. Yes, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And then Gun Show Van Sickle coming in with the 10, or with the 5, says, you're the man director. Thank you for being a face for us Chargers fans. A day like today feels so good as a lifelong fan. Harbaugh will lead us there. Thank you, guys. Honestly, dudes, I talk to my wife about this so often, all right? How humbled and grateful I am that you guys chose me. Like, I just showed up, man. Like, there's so many content creators out there that
represent, I shouldn't even say represent, they just love certain teams, right? The Tom Grossies of the Packers, and the Brandon Pernas of the Broncos. Like, I'm nowhere close to those legends. But it feels like the fan bases chose them. And I feel like you guys chose me. I really do. And, of course, there's so many other Chargers content creators out there that are amazing that I'll continue to work with and support with, and you guys should absolutely be consuming all their content as well. But I do wake up every day feeling just blessed and honored that you guys show up to support my gig and that you've allowed me to be where I'm at in terms of a Chargers channel on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate that. Benjamin coming in with the crew ad. Thank you so much. Deshaun with the 2 says, time for your mock drafts, director. Oh, they're coming. You guys better believe that I'm sitting there on my iPad mock drafting like crazy, getting to know some of these prospects. The hype is here, man. It has arrived. And then finally, Fresh Prince with the 5. Did everyone see Justin Herbert throw a dime to Andrews in the Pro Bowl? I do remember that, and it was amazing. The last actual Pro Bowl to be played. I do think that is such a great reference to point to when trying to rally support for a Brock Bowers selection. 100%. 100%, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Very, very hype. Well, guys, it's been a magical experience. We hit, I think, the most concurrent viewers that we've ever had on the channel with 5,500 pretty much. The love and respect and anticipation for Coach Harbaugh is apparent in this fan base. The hype, the love, the excitement is real. It's here and it's accelerating with every day that goes by, with every word that leaves Harbaugh's mouth in press conferences and YouTube and Twitter, whatever. I see the hype building because we as fans, especially fans that have gone through the ups and downs, we know this is real. We know the potential, and we know quite honestly how big of a movement that this is and how huge of an effect it's going to have over the next 5 seasons, maybe more, with Jim Harbaugh leading the ship. Very, very exciting stuff, man. Well, guys, thank you everybody so much for all your support for me, for Coach Harbaugh, for the Chargers. It's been a magical experience. I never in a million years thought we would see more than 1,000 viewers in a live press conference reaction figure. We had 5. It just shows to you guys how much anticipation and love and excitement there is for the new era of the 2024 Los Angeles Chargers and beyond. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Get excited, everybody. Live in this moment. Breathe in this moment. Don't let anybody tell you not to be excited, to curb your enthusiasm, to tone it down. Be the best fan you can be. Do your job as a fan and get excited, especially for something as worthy of getting excited about as this particular move. Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers. Welcome to the new era of the Los Angeles Superchargers, baby. Bolt up. Bolt gang or don't bang, Caleb. I see you in there. And we'll catch you guys soon with another, hopefully a live stream in reference to the NFL draft here pretty soon. Much love to everybody. We'll close it out with Steve Simmons with the $2 Hall. Man, I am so hyped. We are all hyped here as a Bolt fan, baby. Thank you, everybody, so much. Again, for everybody, all the super chats as well. You guys have been absolutely amazing in support there. We'll catch you guys next time. Much love. Bolt up and stay frosty. Oh, we're going to close with the video, too, by the way. Here we go. Being a Chargers fan has been...
That is unbelievable.
Because we've always been so close.
Over 14 years, we're short. We fell short, but shoot, I couldn't try it any harder.
It felt like we were cursed. That is all about to change.
The Chargers land Jim Harbaugh.
We've paid our dues. Decades of heartbreak finally come to an end. The curse is finally broken and begins the era of Jim Harbaugh's Super Chargers. Let's go get this great and glorious victory! Harbaugh changes everything. to the new era of the Los Angeles Chargers. Who's got it better than us? Nobody! Action. Want to watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months.